anthem. Really getting warmed up here, just moments away. We'll be back right after this. Welcome, fans, to 2K Sports Tuesday night presentation of NBA basketball. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Here's what the Hawks have lined up on their schedule. On Wednesday, they'll take on Chris Middleton and the Milwaukee Bucks. And we've got time. Sure can. All right, DA, thanks. And the Clippers starting five. They've got Ivica Zubac. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Harkless in at the power forward position. And for the Hawks, Parker out there with Hunter. Then it's Jones. Then it's Young. And it's Reddish in at the 2 spot. Young with no one around. It's good from about 19 feet. Young's got the first points of the night for Atlanta. The starting gate, opening night in the NBA, Brent. What are you most looking forward to?
I just like to see who it is that, in terms of their competitive spirit right now, is coming out of training camp hungry. Let's see in the next couple of weeks which team jumps out and which coaching staffs have done a great job preparing their team coming out of camp. Now, we know that teams can't fall off, Kevin. The talent will catch up. Other veteran teams may get themselves back into a rhythm. But coming out of training camp, how much more together are teams and teams that have made changes? What are they playing like?
Yeah, what's their chemistry?
Let's find out how they're going to play this year.
The pass to Reddish. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Good. And here is Los Angeles now. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
Not a close contest either. The last time they got together, everyone in the rotation played solid, and the bench was the difference.
Well, the second unit came in last game and just played lights-out basketball. I'm sure they'd like to do that again.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
The free throw drops for Zubac. For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start off the game. Passes it to Young. And here's Reddish. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. Here's Young. In the corner, it's Hunter. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Offense clicking early here, 3 for 4 to start this one.
And George kicks to Zubac. Now here's Leonard. Not a lot of room. Hunter grabs the miss.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the putback.
And GA, strong work all around. And the rebound and the stuff both. Wow. Here's Leonard. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Hunter with it. Guarded now by Harkless. Young's shot is off.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And so little can be done to stop that. Leonard with the jets to screen down the lane, then tops it off with the thunder finish.
Pass to Reddish. Paul George grabs the miss.
My goodness, how about that miss? I mean, that's 2 easy points that they've just given away.
Count that bucket. And that's now 6 points for Leonard.
Well, with his developing handle, Leonard now has defenders at his mercy when on the bounce.
Young outside. Pulls up on the wing. Good on the jump shot. Young's got his second bucket tonight.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up, GA. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Leonard, that's in, and that's his fourth basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
There's no way he even felt that contact. That's what makes Leonard so tough to defend on the dribble drive.
Parker passes to Reddish. That shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Now, here's Hunter. Over Beverly. Here's Jones. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim. And coming from a background with player development for head coach Lloyd Pierce.
Well, I think he's great at just being a cheerleader and a confidence builder for this young team. I believe that to be a good fit here in Atlanta. He brings a great hands-on approach, and very, very important for him to think about player development as these young guys grow together.
And the Clippers making a change here. Harrell's checked in. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Down low. Jones kicks to Hunter. Takes a 3. He can't get it to go. The Clippers go the other way with it. Leonard, the pass to Harkless. Kicks it out to Leonard. Dishes it to George. Back to Leonard. Fires the 3. Rebounded by the Hawks. Now Hunter. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Now, how about the strength and focus on that one? It's clear Hunter up to the challenge at finishing on a physical defense.
And the last 2 drafts, the Atlanta Hawks aggressively making trades to assemble this roster.
And drafting DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, great length and versatility on the wings. You pair that with Trae Young and John Collins, and that's an exciting young core for the Hawks.
Just 3 to shoot. Here's Leonard, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Now let's take a look at the most efficient scorers in the NBA from last year's campaign. 5th is Montrezl Harrell.
Put the ball in the bucket. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? I mean, just ask him. He'll have the answer for you.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Lenz checked in for Damian Jones. And it's Bembry in for Reddish. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Williams is checked in. The Hawks leading by 4. Pass to Parker. Now Len, defended by Harkless. Len kicks to Parker. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Man, that's great signs. Take the contact, keep your focus, and still get the score.
JaMychal Green, he's checked in for the Clippers. That's good from Parker. You know, so many great dribblers, ball handlers in this league right now. Who's the best at shooting off the bounce?
Well, 3 prime candidates to do that, Kevin, exist at the point guard position, and I put James Harden in the point guard category with how much he has the ball. Harden, Kyrie, Steph Curry, 3 great names that are able to find their way to get the ball into the shooting pocket. No matter where they move off the dribble, finding consistency. It's a really sought-after attribute in the players who are coming up now because of how impactful these guys have been. Pretty lax defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
And George, here we go. It's tipped.
And putting that 7'2" wingspan to good use, Hunter can be an elite defender if he keeps working at it. Changing ends quickly, he's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Right wing. Beverly finds Harrell. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jabari Parker. That is his first foul of the game. Here's George. Second chance shot. He lays it in. George has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, Paul George, athleticism, sneaking in there, getting a second chance opportunity, and then he ends up cashing in.
Len passes to Young. Over in the corner, Turner. The shot misses. The Clippers go the other way with it. And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
PG showing that's a signature dunk from him.
Atlanta leading by 3. Here's Young. He's coming off a 37-point game against Minnesota.
And it was not a one-man show. That was the best part. He had just as good a game with his passing as he did with his scoring.
Harrell, the pass to man. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Trae Young. The Clippers shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Last outing for the Clippers, they won that game against New Orleans. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
Someone's open. Trae Young scanning and finds him.
Clippers trail by 3. George with the ball. 6 points for him. Kicks it to Harrell. And there's the pass to Green. Back to Harrell. Turner against George. Rebound, Atlanta.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Fernando can't get it to go. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, no stopping him on that play. Sometimes even the taller defenders are helpless to stop him.
Hunter's checked in for Young. Turner passes to Len. Here's Bembry. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. From deep. It's hauled in by George. George has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Makes the shot. Basket number 4 this game. Brings him up to 4 for 9.
So good, so experienced. Paul George can convert the toughest of buckets.
Pass to Len. He kicks it to Turner. Puts it up from 12. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Bounce pass from Williams. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here.
And checking out the numbers for Paul George. He's coming off an excellent season. He was around 28 points per clip last year. 8 rebounds and just over 2 steals. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up. Fantastic scoring production from him.
Yeah, hard to ask for anything more at this point. He's really stepped up, and he's really delivered.
And Los Angeles guys shooting 43% since taking the floor today. Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial 6th Man of the Year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
Out left to the wing. Here's Bembry, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul called on Los Angeles. The Hawks have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
Here's Hunter. Rebound by Harrell.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
George against Turner. Good work defensively by Turner.
Now, I'll be honest, I thought there's no way that he's missing that close. That's a bunny. Give it up for the aggressive defense, Kevin.
Here's George. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We come back right after this. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
So it's the Clippers now. They lead by 4. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road. Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Harrell is out there with Green. Then it's Williams. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Man in at the 2 guard. Well, you knew that Kawhi Leonard would be a huge name on the free agency market last summer, especially after winning his second Finals MVP.
And Kawhi let the pieces fall before making his decision. Was the last major free agent to choose where he was going to play. Ended up shaking up the NBA in the process by joining the Clippers.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Pass to Man for the 3. Atlanta with the rebound. Turner's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing with you is all I care about. Kevin?
That's great to see. Thank you, D.A. Here's Bembry. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got 6 rebounds in the game. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
What's up? That's the power and strength he brings. Kawhi able to absorb the contact. I'm not even sure he felt it and still knocks it down.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Jones comes in for Len, and it's Reddish in for Hunter. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Maurice Harkless is checked in for JaMychal Green. And, of course, there's no questioning Cam Reddish's talent level. Greg, he has a high ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, great size, length, the fluidity as an athlete. He can make an impact at both ends of the floor, shoots the 3 well for a young player, and you love his ability to match up really 1 through 5.
Leonard on the wing. Leonard draws the double. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. 9 points in the game so far.
Well, you see the improvement in terms of high-level playmaking, a great understanding of all the offensive scheme that Kawhi Leonard possesses.
Here's Reddish. That shot misses. Great D that time from Leonard. To the paint. Here's Harkless. And Jones sends it back. And they'll keep possession. Leonard on the wing. He can't get that one. And Atlanta will go the other way with it.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack. And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Williams dishes to Leonard. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Leonard. Great showing for him last season. 6th in scoring And, of course, he's got a nose for the ball. He ranked in the top 10 in steals last season.
And back to his points per game average last year, he literally propped up the team's offense whenever they needed it.
That's a good read by Jabari, a solid passer, and he knew he could reward a teammate that time.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Turner passes to Bembry. Now the dish to Parker. Over Harkless. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. We know officials try to be as objective as possible, Brent. It does sometimes feel like we get superstar calls, correct?
I think there's absolutely superstar calls, Kevin. And, you know, the purist in me wants the referees to keep it fair. But understanding that the game is entertainment and understanding what it takes to be that level of player, every now and then seeing a guy like James Harden getting a few more free throws or watching Giannis find his way to the line a few more times, I shrug my shoulders and I say, yeah, I actually kind of get it.
Yeah, good examples. Leonard and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, there are some ways to fire up your teammates. That right there is one of them, thanks to Kawhi Leonard.
The Hawks trail by 4. Young passes to Turner. Back to Young. Parker outside. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 4 assists now tonight.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Outside Williams. Leonard attacking, and Parker with the block.
How about the reach from Parker? Extends his arms way up that time to get the block.
Reddish's shot is good.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
And Los Angeles guys shooting 36% in the second quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively here. Williams kicks to Leonard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
That's a beauty from Parker there, making hard shots look incredibly easy.
Williams scanning the floor. And it's blocked. And is out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. Knocked away. Young with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Turner's got it. And Jones slams it home.
That's an unselfish play. Evan Turner with eyes up and delivers.
Clippers trail by 4. Outside Williams. Beverly the pass to Leonard. Takes the 3. Good work defensively by Turner. Here's Atlanta now. They're on a 17-7 run. Young dishes to Parker. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Leonard's got his 4th rebound in this one. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Tremendous amount of excitement around the Clippers right now, and why not? 2 elite players that could play both sides of the floor. They were already talented and scrappy. You just wonder if this group, with some of the additions and subtractions, can come together in the same way that last year's group showed the type of cohesion that a team that wants to perform at elite levels needs to do.
And Brent, over the last few years, the Clippers have had to replace true stars.
It's pretty amazing with Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan, and Blake Griffin not being in Clipper uniforms, how the organization has turned it around in such a short span to have the opportunity that it has in front of them now to go further than what those 3 guys provided for so many years in Los Angeles.
The 2K leaderboard provides us now with this list of last season's assist leaders. The 4th spot held by Trae Young.
Very few guys pass the ball better than he did. I mean, he didn't just have eyes in the back of his head. It's almost as if he had them on both sides, too.
Beverly against Young. Had a hand on it. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Let this be a reminder. When you're going up for a shot, it's always important to know where Kawhi Leonard may be lurking.
Wow, that is just pretty right there. What a find for his teammate at the rim.
Parker outside. He dishes it to Young. Clock at 6. Back to Parker. Lets it go with a 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. 14 points for Parker.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Zubac finds Williams. A 3 from Leonard. The rebound by Turner. Atlanta leading by 5. Young in the corner. Back to Turner. Good, nice job down low. Turner's got 5 points in the quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Pass to Harkless. And here's Beverly. He's coming off a 10-point game against New Orleans.
Yeah, but there's always this point, Kevin. You got to look at where did he also impact the game. It was on the rebounding end of the floor. A tremendous performance there.
Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Williams can't get it to go.
Well, he's just really struggling right now, and with everything he's throwing up, nothing really helping out in terms of his confidence. I mean, these ones aren't even close.
And it's Young. That time on the assist from Jones. Young's got the lead up to 9 now for the Hawks. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Bounce pass from Williams. Here's Leonard. The kick out to Williams. Back to Leonard. Over Turner. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Here's Reddish. And Reddish with the slam.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. And the Clippers call time here.
And even with the shift from Budenholzer to Pierce, the Hawks continue to rely on the 3 as much as any team.
No doubt about it. I think the front office still accentuating the fact that they want to find some floor spacers after that 19th pick in John Collins, a guy that can rim run and protect the middle. They wanted to go after as much shooting as they possibly could.
Atlanta making some changes. Alex Lenz checked in for Jones, and Hunter subbed in for Evan Turner. Young against Beverly. Harrell kicks to Beverly. The pass to George. To stop the drought. Got a piece of it. Young against Green. Passes to Len. Parker with it. The Hawks working the ball around. Shots good from Young.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Young against Beverly. On the wing, Green. No good on the 3.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their faces, but right now in their quick and hurried shot selection. Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his third foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
For Los Angeles, they have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them. Well, Brent, you look at the explosive numbers George has put up. A lot of it has to do with how he runs the pick and roll.
Incredible at his size and his ability to read the defenses in pick and roll situation. Anytime there's a defender that decides to go under on Paul George from the perimeter, he can let that thing rip from the three-point line. Last year, I think you saw him with the most poise that he's ever played with in his career. I expect that to continue.
Basket, good. Young's got 6 here in this quarter.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Pass to Beverly. Lets the 3 fly. Rebounded by the Hawks.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
Hunter kicks to Young. Great D that time from Harrell.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Here's Bembry. Pass to Young. Now the pass to Fernando. Back to Len. Got it. Good job in the low post. Len's got his second bucket of the night.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
A really good decision there from Paul George. Quick to find the open man.
And so it's Young who brings it up for the Hawks. And following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Bucks in Milwaukee. It's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. And now the Clippers on the break. George.
Oh, man. Fans love that. Listen to that. I love that sound in the arena. Paul George dunk contest? He's maybe a little older, but I love to see him get up.
Young against Beverly. Now, here is Young. He's covered closely. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A tremendous game we're seeing from Jabari Parker. He had 14 points, 2 assists, and 1 block. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how Atlanta played?
Well, Kenny should appreciate this. I love the ball movement. They were in sync as a unit, and their assist numbers were impressive. Anytime you get 5 players working together like that instead of one guy doing it alone, it's always going to be a boost. That's the primary reason they're in control of the game.
And Kenny, let's get your thoughts on the Clippers.
To me, they looked out of sync shooting the basketball. Under 40% for the first half. Some of it was poor shot selection, but mostly it just looked like they were out of rhythm. For the second half, they need to push more for buckets in transition. Get to the foul line a little bit more. Try to get back in the flow.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
Yeah, the defense has got to be a little bit embarrassed. There is no reason why he should just be on top of that rim.
Trae Young is out there with Reddish. Then there's Hunter. Then there's Parker, and it's Jones in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the Hawks 5. Young's shot is off. Clippers trail by 11. George passes to Harkless. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. And has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Parker dishes to Jones. Young taking his time here. No good on the triple.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
And checking out the stats for Parker. Last year, getting it done. Put up about 14 points per, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
And when Kyle Korver played for Atlanta, he set a league record with at least 1 three-pointer in 127 consecutive games.
And to think that you just wouldn't have one of those nights where nothing was going in. 127 is pretty impressive. Record was broken eventually by Steph Curry in 2016. But for Atlanta, that 127 is still a team record, and you wonder if one Trae Young might have his eyes set on it.
Poke loose. Paul George with the steal. Leonard attacking. Over in the corner, Beverly. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, the Hawks have been in rebuild mode for the last couple of years, but this season brings a lot of optimism. Passing on Luka Doncic, the Hawks drafted Trae Young. It was much scrutinized, but Young came on down the stretch. His playmaking makes other people better, and also, they hope, will attract a free agent or two. Now the Hawks have added several rookies, starting with DeAndre Hunter. And they believe they're poised to make some noise in the East. Kevin?
They took that gamble with Doncic, and getting Young, we'll see what happens. Thank you, D.A. Turner's checked in for the Hawks. Parker outside. Doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yeah, this is not the team that we saw in the first quarter right now. Way more confident out there, and the cohesion of the team is impressive.
Here's Reddish. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
All right, after 4 misses, they finally get one to go. That has to be a big relief for the offense after beginning this half on a bit of a cold streak.
Passes it to Leonard. Now here is George. He's tightly guarded. Leonard draws the double. Just 5 on the clock. Zubac finds Leonard, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on DeAndre Hunter.
And the Clippers franchise joined this league in 1970. They've never made it past the conference semifinals.
Yeah, but the last few years, when you talk about the landscape of Los Angeles, the Clippers have had a remarkable run, much better record than the Lakers have had in Tinseltown. And so surprising to think of all the talent that's come through the Clipper doors in prior years, but this could be the year with these additions where they break through.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. I'll grade the Clippers signing of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, the grand finale of the wildest summer in NBA free agent history.
A ton of big moves. You think of the star players who've changed teams, 1/3 of the league's all-NBA selections, and 5 out of 10 of the reigning all-star starters. In the end, we saw 7 players who've changed teams, signing for over $100 million each. Put that in perspective, only 8 players had ever done that in league history.
Well, while we have a second, let's show you the list of players who put up the most points last year. Second is Paul George.
And looking back, his points per game really underscored the fact that he never took a game off. I mean, one special performance after another all season long.
Jones, no luck.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Now, here's Hunter. He's covered by Leonard. Hunter kicks to Jones. Here's Reddish. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard. Lou Williams is checked in for Patrick Beverly. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
And Turner kicks to Reddish. Parker up top. 6 to shoot. Puts it up. And he overshot that one, missing.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Parker with the steal. Left side, Turner. No good that time. Great D that time from Leonard. Outside, George. The shot goes down, and it gets this game back to even. George has got 19 points.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Turner passes to Hunter. That ball. Nice speed that time from Turner. 9 points for DeAndre Hunter.
And the defense has to recognize this. Hunter is a legit threat to shoot off the catch.
George up top. He's got 19, and it's blocked. Fast break, the Hawks. It's Parker outside. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Leonard's got 9 rebounds now tonight. To the inside. Here's Zubac. Rebound by the Hawks. Hunter's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Over in the corner, Reddish from deep. The rebound by Paul George. Clippers trail by 3. Here's Leonard.
And that's number 4. Definitely something to keep track of as we move forward.
And the first one at the line is good.
It was a quiet intensity that Kawhi Leonard brings to both ends of the floor, a defensive menace. And it's amazing to watch him, just how disruptive he can be when he's guarding the 1, 2, 3, or even 4-man and messing up offensive schemes.
Lenz checked in for Atlanta. DeAndre Bembry comes in for Reddish. Here's Bembry, 6 on the shot clock. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Green against Parker. Len dishes to Turner. 5 to shoot. Here's Parker. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
Pretty calm in the paint there from Jabari, taking his time and getting the shot that he wanted.
Man, covered by Parker. Outside, Green. Dishes to Williams. Atlanta with the rebound. Land's got his 4th rebound in this one. Now here's Parker. 18 points for him. Here's Bembry. In the corner, it's Hunter. Offline with his 3. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Leonard's got 35.
Now that basket must be widening out right now, Kevin. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Turner finds Parker. That ball. Nice speed that time from Turner.
Wow, amazing. Creating scoring opportunities for himself, staying aggressive on the offensive end. Solid play.
Pass to Williams. Hunter grabs the miss.
Well, both him and the team seem to be off their game right now, and the frustration is clearly mounting as the clock is winding down.
Bobbed up there for Green, an emphatic alley-oop jam.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. And Turner kicks to Hunter. Here's Bembry. It's good. Bembry's got 6 points.
And look, he's not the best athlete, but he's able to create the space he needs to operate.
And the pass to Mann. Clippers moving the ball around. And the wide open shot from Green. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Parker kicks to Turner. Pass to Hunter. Back to Turner. And the basket is good. Now it's a 5-point Atlanta lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And the Clippers call time here.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go, get back on track.
Hawks making a switch here.
And a quick review, looking at some numbers here for Lou Williams. Good season for him last year. Last season, he averaged 20 points a game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds.
And very few players in the league can go out and produce like he has. Just a great stretch for him.
He keeps playing like this, and you know in arenas, especially at home, when a star player is playing this well, those MVP chants come raining down.
Hunter, the pass to Len. Now Hunter. 9 points in the game so far. Young from outside sinks the triple. Young's got 15.
Great to watch Trae Young set plays up on a nightly basis.
Passes it to Williams. Lets it go from deep. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Young, good look. No good. The Clippers go the other way with it.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And here are the Clippers now. Green dishes to Williams. Pass to Leonard. Here's Harrell. Williams passes to Harrell. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. There's the pass to Len. Kicks to Hunter. Pass to Bembry. Passes to Hunter. Here's Fernando. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. And it's Harrell at the elbow. And Harrell slams it in.
Well, Harrell gets up there and he uses that long wingspan for the finish.
The Hawks leading. Pass to Young. Now Len. Young inside. Defended by Beverly. Shots good from Young.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
The score now all even. 12 points for him.
I think the defense has more concerns out there on the floor, and they give him a good open look from the perimeter.
The pass to Fernando. Now, here's Hunter. Defense right on him. Young from outside. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Leonard's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. There's the dish to Beverly. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. Tie game in Atlanta. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle. You can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Taking a look at Los Angeles, they've got Paul George. Harrell is out there with Green. Then it's Patrick Beverly, and it's Mann in at the two-guard spot. And it's sent back by George.
Not many guys have the two-way ability of a Paul George, just as dangerous defensively as he can be offensively.
But they'll get another chance. Mann passes to Harrell. 5 on the clock. Here's Beverly, and the shot is good. And the Clippers lead by 2.
That's a pretty impressive finish for Montrezl Harrell.
To the right side. Here's Bembry. A second chance effort. Can't get it to fall.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game.
They get it again. Here's Mann. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Well, he takes care of salvaging that possession for the offense by getting on the offensive glass.
Pass to Fernando. Now here's Len. He kicks to Reddish. Pass to Fernando. Over George. The Hawks again can't hit.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Fernando pulls it in. The Hawks trail by 4. Young left side. He dishes it to Len. Here's Bembry. Shot from the top of the key. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Wouldn't surprise me to see him find his touch and still be a factor. Don't count them out yet.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
And Coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high-efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
Damian Jones is checked in for the Hawks. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hey guys, Lloyd Pierce talked with his team during that last time out. He said, look, you guys are playing physical and I like that, but it has to be under control. We've committed way too many fouls. We've allowed way too many foul shots. Kevin?
You got to be more cautious when you're guarding Alex Len. Obviously, his size puts you at an immediate disadvantage.
And he makes both free throws. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Left side, George. Pass to Harkless. Dishes it to George. Shot clock at 6. Harkless kicks to Harrell. Off target from outside. And so it's Young who brings it up for Atlanta. The pass to Len. Here's Bembry. The Hawks again can't hit.
And it's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
Kind of get a team defensively on their heels, and if you can keep pushing and keep attacking, they'd never find some kind of defensive balance to help slow you down.
Here's Len. A shot, no good. Excellent D there from George. Harrell, the pass to Beverly. Harrell dishes to George. Harkless on the wing. Shoots it. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists in the game. The Hawks trail by 8. Young outside. Pass to Reddish. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on George. And he makes the first. And the Hawks making a change here. Parker's checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
George with the ball. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
I don't think this is a conditioning issue, but they look like they've lost their legs here in the second half.
The Hawks shooting around 41% on the night. Young passes to Jones. Parker inside. Harrell on him. Passes it to Bembry. 6 to shoot. Over George. Jones trying to get open. The Hawks again can't hit.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
And it's Beverly missing.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Here's Bembry, defended by Harkless. The Hawks again can't hit.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
George against Jones. Here's Harkless. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The Hawks trail by 12. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Bembry kicks to Reddish. And the rejection by Harrell. Young against Beverly. Pass to Harrell. George looking over the floor. There's the pass to Harkless. George with the ball. Uses the glass to finish the layup. George has got the lead up to 14 now for the Clippers.
Well, Paul George concentrating through the contact and making sure he had a shooting window open.
Bembry kicks to Parker. Pass to Young. Back to Parker. And the rejection by Harrell. And he's able to get it back.
So quick off his feet, Montrezl Harrell with a nice rejection.
Hunter's checked in for Bembry. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Leonard, he's checked in for Harrell. Outside Leonard. And the layup's good off the glass. Leonard's got 39.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
And Young kicks to Hunter. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive. They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And here's Reddish. Parker outside. In the corner, it's Hunter. His 3-pointer's off the mark.
Well, that's a shot right there he's going to hit 9 times out of 10. We just saw the 10% he doesn't make.
Leonard dishes to George. Kicks it to Harkless. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Now here's Leonard. Tight defense on him. Harkless the pass to Beverly. The shot, no good. And Atlanta will come the other way. Passes it to Young. Here's Hunter. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. 12 points for DeAndre Hunter.
A very consistent 3-point shooter. Hunter shoots it well from there because of how confident he is.
Here's Leonard. And Jones sends it back. Inside, here's Young, and it's sent back by Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
I mean, Kawhi Leonard, an MVP candidate. Why? Well, they're the reasons right there. One of the best two-way players we've seen in the past 5 years.
Atlanta calls timeout. And Brent, as you know, there aren't many players that can set a tone for a team, but Patrick Beverly is one of them.
And Patrick Beverly always embraces that role about setting the tone defensively on an opposing team's point guard, making sure that tonight, if you're going to beat the team that Pat Beverly plays on, you're going to have to go through them.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. And finished off by Leonard.
And no doubt about it, in order for them to be successful, he has got to be a catalyst when it comes to scoring.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Mo Harkless. That will be foul number 5 on him. Los Angeles making a switch here. Harrell's checked in. On the wing, Jones. He's defended by Harrell. Left side, Leonard. Outside, George. He kicks to Harrell. Back to George. Shot clock at 5. Rebounded by the Hawks. On its way from Young for 2. The Hawks again can't hit.
Well, after an impressive first half, he's just not been able to get the room or get anything going here in the second.
Free throw drops for Leonard. Brent, with advanced analytics becoming commonplace in the NBA, which stats do you personally hold most valuable?
Well, it's amazing to talk about effective field goal percentage. I laugh a lot about...
Which is everything shooting. Free throws.
Yeah, well, I like to use true shooting percentage, Kevin, because that's where you adopt 3-point shooting percentage, 2-point shooting percentage, and your free throw percentage.
Everything.
But in talking to a lot of people around the league, general managers and coaches, I laugh inside to myself a little bit like, oh, so now shooting's important? Like what? Like now shooting's important around the league?
Right.
As if, you know, the time that you go out to start playing basketball, you grab a ball, you go towards the goal, and your goal is to make the shot. And so we're talking so much more about how much shooting is valued. Effective field goal percentage is tremendous, with true shooting percentage being not far behind.
And the rejection by Leonard.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Clippers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Leonard.
Now, this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks, and it's George finishing it off.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
And Young, here we go. Over Beverly. Shots good from Young.
Now, the threat of Trae Young, we talk so much about gravity in the NBA. It's unlocking some other scoring options. Strong take.
Here's George. So the Clippers winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together. And we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. That concludes the first